Moses Malone passed away at just 60 years old, and the way it happened was truly heartbreaking. No one ever expected that a three-time NBA MVP would be taken by something like heart disease. It was a really sad and unexpected ending for someone who meant so much to the basketball world. The basketball world was hit hard on September 13th, 2015. That was the day fans everywhere learned that Moses Malone had passed away. The official report from the Virginia Medical Examiner's Office revealed that Malone died from cardiovascular disease, specifically hypertensive and atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease. In simpler words, his heart gave out due to long-standing high blood pressure and clogged arteries. It was a devastating blow, especially because there were no clear signs that something so serious was coming. One day he was there, and the next he was gone. And fans were left mourning not just a legend, but a truly beloved figure in the sport. Of course, Moses Malone will always be remembered for his incredible talent. He was one of the most dominant big men of his era, known for his rebounding, toughness, and extraordinary style of play. His work ethic was unmatched, and his impact on the game was undeniable. But like many great athletes, Malone's story wasn't without its complicated chapters. Back in January 1993, Malone faced some personal troubles that made headlines. He was arrested for allegedly violating a peace bond that had been filed by his ex-wife, Elfrida Malone. She claimed he had threatened her, though Moses denied those allegations. The couple had finalized their divorce just a few months earlier, in October 1992. While those moments were painful and personal, they became a part of his public story. Then there were a few moments in his basketball career that also sparked controversy. One of the biggest came in 1982, when the Philadelphia 76ers made a bold move to sign him. At the time, Malone was playing for the Houston Rockets, but the Sixers saw an opportunity and gave him a huge offer sheet. It was so big that the Rockets couldn't match it, and it created quite a stir. In fact, the move was taken to an arbitrator who ruled that the offer technically broke the spirit of the NBA's right of first refusal rule. That's a fancy way of saying the process wasn't totally fair. In the end, rather than letting it all fall apart, the Sixers and Rockets worked out a trade. Philly got Malone, and Houston received Caldwell Jones and a first-round pick. Though the deal worked out, the whole situation left a bit of a cloud over the transaction. Some saw it as a smart move by Philly. Others felt it was a bit shady. Still, Malone would go on to help lead the 76ers to a championship the very next season, and that helped quite a lot of the critics, at least for a while. But just a few years later, in 1986, another major twist came. That year, the Sixers shocked everyone by trading Malone to the Washington Bullets. Along with him, they sent Terry Catledge and 2 first-round draft picks. In return, the Sixers received Jeff Ruland and Cliff Robinson. The reaction? Mostly confusion and frustration. Many fans couldn't understand why the team would give up such a consistent and dominant player like Moses. Even his teammate, Charles Barkley, who looked up to Malone and considered him a mentor, publicly criticized the trade. Barkley felt the move hurt the team's chances to compete and even affected his own early development. But hey, let's not dwell too much on the tough times. Now let's shift and take a look at all the incredible achievements from his career.
Philadelphia 76ers. Moses Malone did what Philadelphia wanted him to do.
Moses Malone's journey to basketball greatness started in a way very few could imagine. Right out of high school, he took a bold leap into the professional world, becoming the first modern player to skip college and go straight to the pros. The Utah Stars of the ABA picked him in the 3rd round of the 1974 draft, and Malone signed a 5-year deal worth $1 million. Huge at the time. At 6 feet 10 and a lean 215 pounds, he started off playing forward until he bulked up enough to handle the physical battles at center. In his rookie season, Malone made an instant impact. He was named an ABA All-Star and earned all-rookie honors. During the 1975 playoffs, he averaged over 22 points and 17 rebounds per game, even though his team lost in the first round. But things quickly turned turbulent. He missed most of the next season with a leg injury, and when the Utah Stars folded, Malone was sold to the Spirits of St. Louis. Though he played well, the team missed the playoffs. When the ABA and NBA merged in 1976, the Spirits didn't make the cut. Malone ended up in the NBA dispersal draft, where the Portland Trail Blazers picked him 5th overall. But with a loaded front court, Portland didn't see him as a long-term fit and traded him to the Buffalo Braves. After just 2 games in Buffalo, he was on the move again, this time to the Houston Rockets. It was in Houston where Moses Malone really found his stride. In his first year, he averaged a double-double and broke the NBA record for offensive rebounds in a season. He kept improving. By his second season, he was putting up 19.4 points and 15 rebounds a game. In 1978, he made his first NBA All-Star appearance. The 1978-79 season was a breakout year. After adding 15 pounds of muscle, Malone won his first MVP award. He led the league in rebounding and offensive boards while averaging nearly 25 points per game. He was also named to the All-NBA First Team and made a strong impression at the All-Star Game. That year, he grabbed a career-high 37 rebounds in a single game. Malone's dominance continued. By 1980, he was averaging nearly 26 points and over 14 rebounds per game. The Rockets made several playoff runs, and in 1981, he carried them all the way to the NBA Finals, putting up monster numbers along the way. Though Houston lost to the Celtics in 6 games, Malone's performance was unforgettable. In 1981-82, he had the best scoring season of his career, 31.1 points per game, and won his second MVP award. He led the league in rebounds again and set new records for offensive boards. He even dropped a career-best 53 points in a game and pulled down 21 offensive rebounds in another. Malone's time in Houston ended in 1982, but by then, he had already become one of the league's most dominant forces and a true superstar. After becoming a restricted free agent in 1982, Mosee Malone made a big move. He signed a 6-year, $13.2 million offer sheet with the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers had just lost the finals to the Lakers, and their front court needed a serious upgrade. Malone was exactly what they were missing. The Rockets, now under new ownership, didn't want to keep paying Malone's $2 million annual salary, so they worked out a deal. Malone went to Philly in exchange for Caldwell Jones and a 1983 first-round pick. Teaming up with Julius Erving, Maurice Cheeks, Andrew Toney, and Bobby Jones, Malone helped the Sixers dominate the league. That year, he averaged 24.5 points and led the league in rebounding again with 15.3 per game. He won his second straight MVP, becoming the only player in NBA history to win back-to-back MVPs with 2 different teams. In the playoffs, he took his game up another level, averaging 26 points and nearly 16 rebounds. Philly cruised to the title, losing just 1 game, and Malone was named Finals MVP after completely outplaying Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Before the playoffs, Moses made a bold prediction. He said the Sixers would go fo, meaning 3 straight sweeps. They came close, going 12-1, and his quote became legendary, even engraved in their championship rings as faux feet faux. The next season, 1983-84, Malone still dominated, 22.7 points and a league-best 13.4 rebounds, but ankle issues limited him to 71 games. The Sixers were upset in the first round by the Nets, despite Malone's solid playoff numbers. That summer, Philly drafted Charles Barkley. Malone quickly took him under his wing, pushing him to drop weight and focus on fitness. Barkley credited Malone for helping him become a pro. In 1984-85, Moses averaged 24.6 points and led the league in rebounding for a 5th straight year. He was still one of the best, finishing 3rd in MVP voting. But in 1986, he fractured his eye socket late in the season and missed the playoffs. That offseason, the Sixers traded him to the Washington Bullets. Malone bounced back in Washington, averaging over 24 points and 11 rebounds in his first season. He hit career milestones, 20,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, and kept stacking up All-Star appearances. In 1988, he joined the Atlanta Hawks, hoping to chase a ring alongside Dominique Wilkins. He posted another 20-10 season, the only player ever to do so for 4 different teams. Eventually, age and injuries caught up. He had back surgery in 1992 and missed most of that season. After short stints with Milwaukee, then Philly again, and finally the Spurs, Malone played his last NBA game in 1995. In that final game, he hit an unbelievable 74-foot buzzer beater from the other free throw line. One last magical moment. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And hey, while you're at it, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one. Take care.